All right, let me know when you're good.
I'm already recording.
Oh. What's up, everybody? Jason from Jason's Exotic Reptiles. We're at the Massachusetts Reptile Expo. This is going to be a different video. We're going to do more of a vlog style. I'm going to be pausing between sales, between customer inquiries, tell you what they're looking at, and we're also going to be taking a vendor spotlight. Check out a couple vendors that are here, specifically one dude that's in the Patreon, one guy that works for me. We're going to see who else is here. I mean, I don't think it'll ever come back to 2 years ago, but it'll stabilize. The question I've been getting asked a lot is, what is the difference between this one that's $4,000 and this snake that's $200? Some animals are rarer than others. Some of them there's one on every table, and others this is the only one in the show and probably some of the only ones in the world that are available for sale. So it just comes down to supply and demand, how rare the animal is, how many of them there are out there. But that's my take on why things are priced differently.
Start the podcast.
You gotta do it. Make it happen. All right, we're here with Rob Ravino, Big Sexy from Squeals on Wheels, all the feeder supplies you need. He's got chicks, pinkies, mice, rats, everything. So Rob, give us a little bit about yourself. You've been doing this for how long?
Too long, way too long. About a decade Squeals on Wheels has been running, and what else would you like to know?
What do you think you're gonna sell out of today? Everything?
I never sell out of anything. I always bring too much.
So if you're looking for feeders, check out Squeals on Wheels. They're at all these Northeast Expos. They got you covered if you're in these areas.
Absolutely.
All you need to do to get Rob's attention, Big Sexy, is go just like that. Nick from Revive Reptiles works with me. He comes over, helps me clean things, keeps maintained. Baby Bird has left the nest. He's helped me with a ton of shows. Nick breeds all kinds of boas and really cool stuff, from locales to different types of morphs. Nick produced some really cool stuff. Nick, what are you most excited about this year that you've made or that you are going to make?
I'm waiting on the Argentines for today. They're due today. If I come home to the litter, I'm happy. I'll be good.
And you produced some super cool like coral albino stuff this year, some really cool leopard stuff. And I think he went 6 for 6.
Yep, 6 for 6.
No slug out, so 100% success rate, which is pretty damn awesome. He's doing something right. We've had a couple sales, so it's been a pretty good show so far. Sold a whole bunch of Cocoa Block stuff, which is I have the Gaps brand cocoa. I've gotten a lot of questions about people who are looking for retics. Now, retics are illegal in Massachusetts and most of the surrounding states. I love retics, but they're just not for me. Even, you subscribers on YouTube have asked me, why don't I keep retics? They're just too big for me. I feel like we can't reasonably keep. All right, guys, we have a super cool update. We just had a litter of babies born. Thought it was worth pausing the video for a minute to show this off. This is a hypo blood to a hypo fire Aztec litter. I did this strategically so I could get blood and Aztec together, and we have the fire involved with it. So all that combined, these are gonna be some holdbacks. All of my projects I do for myself, and people usually appreciate that, buy them on their own to add to their projects, but these are project builders for me. So let's pull some babies. Mom just laid these guys, so she might be a little bit defensive. We have a nice looking litter of babies. I'm just gonna use this cover to pull her away from them, not get bit in the process. And that will give me free access to the babies. And I'm just gonna slowly pull one by one. We have a big litter of babies here. All fire, Aztec, het blood. And I'm just gonna pull them out. They come out in egg sacs, and they break through these egg sacs. That's all that goo that you're seeing. The father was also possible head aneuploristic, and she's possible head aneuploristic. This could be a ghost. We'll take a better look after she shed, but that looks like an aneuploristic baby, so possible het's proved out on her. Really, really happy with this. I'm gonna be keeping a few of these back. And then we have one slug or sweet potato. So we'll toss this out, and those are our babies. We'll clean them off and see what they look like. All right, so we have these babies pulled. We're gonna wash them off. Normally I would do this over a sink, but we have hoses. We're in the middle of cleaning when we saw this, and I'm gonna do them over this bin. We're gonna separate them. Once they're clean, I'm gonna put them in these bins. I'm gonna wash this guy out, put them back. We'll take some photos and see what they all look like, all cleaned off. This guy here is really nice looking. It's a hypo fire Aztec, all combined, het blood. This actually might be a visual aneuploristic as well. It's hard to tell aneuploristic until after they do their first shed. Once they do their first shed, we can get a better look at them. One little tip when you're cleaning the babies off is they have the umbilical hanging there's this little knot right here. If you pinch and pull after that knot, you get all that gunk off without making them bleed. If you pull above that knot, you're probably gonna have a lot of blood coming from them. It's not bad and it won't hurt them, but if you can keep as much of that in them as possible, that's ideal. 20 babies in total, and I'll show you my pick of the litter is probably this one right here. This is an anathoristic Hypo Aztec Fire that's 100% het blood, has that really cool dark anathoristic tail, anathoristic ghost pattern. So Hypo and anathoristic is called a ghost. Throw into the Aztec pattern of this guy, throw in the fire, which washes out the sidewalls, brightens the whole animal up, gives these really cool, almost bluish looking eyes. 20 babies in total, and I couldn't be more happy with how this whole litter turned out. Exactly what I wanted. We just pulled them, cleaned them, put them in their cage that they're gonna stay together in for probably the first week or two until they've all shed out. Now we're gonna bring you back to the video. I had Emerald Tree Boas for a little bit, and they just weren't my thing. I like them, I just don't like to keep them. Same thing with retics, I like retics, I just don't want to keep them. All right, we just had a couple really cool people coming by. They were here looking for some boas. They were unsure if they were willing to breed or they wanted to breed in the future. The big picture with that is that spending an extra $100 now can mean the difference of making a $3,000 litter or a $10,000 litter in the future. So I always encourage, if you can, save up a little bit, spend that little bit extra because you get a lot more bang for it later on down the road. I'm here with Dana from Reptiles. Dana is part of the Patreon group, and I love when Dana's on the calls because I always see him with the notebook out, like he's really taking it in and he's trying to get the most out of these calls. But this is Dana's very first show. Dana, what are you most excited about today at this show?
For sure, it's got to be the hog noses. I've got some really large females and also a large male. And then this is my first litter of corn snakes, and I'm super excited about that. We've got the full expression right here with the salmon snow, and then we have everything in between.
Check out Dana, Reptiles. We'll post his Instagram links and stuff up there. Make sure you give him a follow. And if you're in one of these Northeast shows, Dana's gonna be doing more of them. So make sure you stop by, say hi, check him out. If he has what you want, make sure you buy it from this guy. He's a good dude. We're here with Groveland Geckos, Nathaniel. He sells all kinds of supplies. He was super generous and actually sent us a whole bunch of supplies that we gave away on the channel. Nathaniel, what's some of the stuff you have on your table right now?
I've got probes, hemostats, tweezers, thermostats, heat panels. Everybody loves, like you saw in Jason's video, all the snake hooks, tongs, all that sort of stuff.
If you guys are looking for any types of supplies, check these people out. They're really good people. They're at all the New England and the Northeast Reptile Expos. They're based in New Hampshire. Check them out. Great people, great supplies. Can't recommend them enough. One question I got a ton of today, and today was an excellent day. We sold quite a few snakes, but do I need to have an enclosure ready before I take this animal home? To set up a snake enclosure is fairly quick, and it really depends on what you want. You can have an elaborate enclosure like PVC or these giant elaborate things, or you can keep it as simple as a Tupperware bin that you purchase at Home Depot, a heat pad, and some hides that you purchase here, and in 5 minutes your enclosure is set up. So no, you don't need an enclosure before you purchase the snake. However, you should have a plan, and the person you purchase from should be able to assist you and walk you through that setup process. All right, we're here with Joe from JPC Boas. We're at the end of the expo. I had to fit Joe in. Joe, show me some of this NFI stuff because I can't see it enough, and his booth usually looks way better. We're at the end, he's breaking down.
Okay, so NFI, we'll start with your basic NFI.
The basic NFI. I don't know if that's the basic NFI, but I'm going with it. How long have you been working with NFI? A long time.
Yeah, long time. The original NFI popped out in 2012. There was a litter of 37 babies. It was normal to normal. And we had 37 babies with one albino. So that single albino is the matriarch of the whole NFI project.
And that's where it went from there. Now you're breeding it into all kinds of stuff. You made some NFI leopards this year. That NFI leopard hit different, Joe.
Yeah.
Hit way different.
Yeah, and it's still at ground floor. I mean, there's so many options and combos that haven't been done yet with it.
Seems like NFI might be in the future. Well, thanks, Joe. Hopefully you guys like this video. It gives you a little bit of a different glimpse on some more of a vlog style behind the scenes of a Reptile Expo. Showed off a couple vendors, spoke about a few questions. If you like this, make sure you hit that like button down below. Drop me a comment of things you liked, things you didn't. Make sure to check out my website if you're looking for an animal, my Patreon if you want to join a community. Till next week, let's keep it moving. Thanks, guys.